Tonight is Mikey Bad as usual, and we're here to bring you Musketeer basketball. Mid-Southern Conference matchup between our very own Eastern Musketeers and the North Harrison Cougars. Mikey, we talked about a little bit last Friday was big. That's come and gone. Silver Creek come to town, come away with the victory on that one. And we talked about how big that game is, and I think this one's bigger, buddy.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, you look at our schedule, they just keep getting bigger and bigger, but, we got to come in here tonight, and, this was even bigger because it's on the road. Last weekend we had the home crowd for that game. Musketeer Nation traveled well tonight.
They really did. You talked about it. They say it all the time. You build it, they will come, and here we go. And hopefully, the more these kids are winning, 11-1 right now, the fans will continue to come out.
Yeah, I agree. We talked about it, or I said it earlier that you haven't seen some of these people in 10, 15 years at a ball game, and it's great what Coach Pribble's built here, and I'm excited to see what happens tonight. I've been waiting all week for this game.
Let's talk a little bit about this matchup we got here tonight. We know it's a big one. We know North Harrison's very skilled. They come in very seasoned as a team. I know they start two seniors in Oakley and McIntyre. But talk to me a little bit about McIntyre and what you know about him.
Well, first of all, he's been sick this week, coming off the bench tonight. Might take a little bit of toll on him being fatigued or whatever, depending on how it was. But he's just an absolute raw athlete. I mean, he can get to the rim, he can shoot it, he can jump. I mean, he may be, I said it to, Coach Pribble the other night, he's probably one of the top two, or at least top three players in the conference, and we're going to have our hands full with him tonight. I think in my opinion, he's better than Northern than what we've seen last week.
I'd agree with you. He's kind of a matchup nightmare for most teams because he does go, 6'4" and plays. He can play point guard if you need him to, and that length, anytime you got that kind of length that can shoot it, and take it off the bounce like he can, it creates problems for us. But talk a little bit about Eastern tonight and what you expect from us and what we got to do to continue to show success here.
Well, they're going to throw some kind of pressure at us if it's a half-court trap or full court, I imagine. Coach Lou, that's kind of his forte. But I think the key for us, besides taking care of the basketball, is going to be rebounding. We can't allow second opportunities. They got to be one and done. We got to win the rebounding battle tonight to give ourselves an opportunity. And then offensively, we got to be patient. Jacob's going to have his hands full. He's going to get a matchup, probably his best matchup that he's seen so far, maybe all year that he'll see till, unless you make it deep into the postseason, which we hope we do. In Oakley. So it'll be interesting. Role players bench is going to be huge tonight. I think we got to get, 3 to 4 players in double figures. But that's kind of where I'm set for us.
Well, you talk a little about watch the Scottsburg-North Harrison game. North Harrison went over there, got a road win against Scottsburg. We've been there. We played over there this year. Of course, it was the second game of the season, but we know how talented they are. And North Harrison come out right out of the gate, was up like 14-3, and Scottsburg fortunately come back and took the ball to overtime, got beaten overtime. But I think that's one of the things that we can't do here tonight is to dig ourselves a hole early on.
I agree. I mean, it's got to be a quick start. You got to, I think we're starting to get respect, but I think you've got to show them that, hey, this ain't going to be a cupcake game for you guys. It ain't no fluke that we're 11-1, 12th in 2A, and they're 12th in 3A. But we deserve to be at the top of the conference with you guys in Brownstown. So we'll see what happens.
Well, we got about 30 seconds here, Mikey. So we'll step away and hear word from our sponsors. Get the national anthem. Be back, and we'll get the keys of the game from Mikey Batt, which I know he's already touched on some of those, but we've not heard them all. But you're listening to Musketeer Basketball at WSLM. Out of Salem, Indiana.
Yo, listen up. Papa John's is rolling out their New York-style pizza. The oversized pizza has 8 big foldable slices with just the right balance of crust and toppings. Order one today online, your Papa John's app, or call the Salem location at 812-883-3369. Each New York pizza is $13 for a one-topping pie and is available for purchase until March 13th. The New York style pizza is a classic that reigns supreme, so we're excited to offer consumers this foldable crust favorite made with our fresh, never-frozen dough. Stop in and see our new store manager, Shelby Lehman, today about setting up a fundraiser for your nonprofit event. Also, they're still hiring drivers and inside help. Apply online at harry.com, the HARRI.com. Remember, hot, fresh pizza is just a phone call away, 812-883-3369.
Commissioner Neidig, can I have a quick word?
Of course, Governor. What can I do for you?
Well, I just want to say thank you.
For what, sir?
For your service.
Well, Governor, you're welcome. And you know that I'm incredibly passionate about what we do at the IHSA.
Oh, I do, and I share your passion. Without the IHSAA, we'd be without something incredibly important to our state's culture and to me, the boys and girls basketball state tournaments.
Without Hoosier hysteria, Indiana just wouldn't be Indiana, would it?
You're absolutely right, it wouldn't. And after all these years, I still can't seem to prepare myself for the excitement of the tournament.
Governor, the only way you could prepare for Hoosier hysteria is by getting your ticket.
Oh, you know I'll be the first in line. Nobody does basketball like Indiana. This is high school basketball. This is Indiana. This is your IHSAA.
Hey, Carrie, you know how we like to say that high school sports are the purest form of amateur sports?
Pure spirit, pure sport. That's Indiana High School Athletics.
Well, I learned something the other day that further proves that.
I'm interested. Tell me more, Chris.
Well, we all know what amateur means, but do you know the root of its meaning? It means for the love of.
Wow, you're right. That really does reinforce the idea that high school sports are the purest form of sport.
And I'm IHSA Assistant Commissioner Chris Kaufman.
And I'm Assistant Commissioner Carrie Rosati.
If you want to watch sports in their purest form, get a ticket and go support your high school sports teams.
Everyone there, from the players and coaches to the fans and officials, they're there simply for the love of the game.
Pure spirit.
Pure sport.
This is pure spirit. This is pure sport. This is your IHSAA.
All right, welcome back to North Harrison High School here as we've got our national anthem. And Logan McIntyre got his game ball, or his ball for 1,000 points, so congratulations to him.
Yeah.
So, but we'll give you the starting lineups here first for the North Harrison Cougars. They'll go with a 6'7" senior, number 14, Ethan Oakley. They'll go with a 6-foot junior, number 20, Riley Snyder. A 5'11" junior, number 22, Brody Fessel. A 6'1" junior, number 23, Sawyer Wetzel. And a 6'4" junior, number 41, Caleb Kellums. Logan McIntyre not in the starting lineup because of the sickness this week. For the Musketeers, they'll go with the same starting five they've had. They'll start a 6'3" senior, number 23, Cade Jones. They'll go with the 6'1" senior guard, number 24, Caleb Jones. 6'1" sophomore guard, number 25, Cade Temple. 6'10" junior, number 30, Jacob Cherry. And a 6-foot junior, number 33, Yancey Edlin. Mikey, as we're getting ready to go to the tip here, what do we got to do here to get off to a good start, buddy?
Well, it's this first quarter is crucial. We got to, maintain and, not come out here with a quick start, at least keep it close. Can't play tight, You got to play loose and just play our game.
As the referee comes to the center of the circle here, we're getting ready to get this thing going. And the ball is up. Tip is controlled by North Harrison. As Sawyer Wetzel will gather it up, he'll give it off to Riley Snyder now, and he'll walk it across the timeline. Snyder now back up top to Kellums. Kellums now to number 20, Snyder. He'll back it back out to Kellums. Kellums will back it out, reset the offense up, being guarded by KT. Temple now, right side to Snyder. Now goes inside to Oakley. Cross court. Number 41 drives baseline up. No good. Oakley gathers rebound off the glass and got it. Oakley with his first 2-0 here early on in the first quarter. North Harrison on top. Now Temple. Temple Goes right side to K. Jones. Jones in the middle to Jacob Cherry. Cherry now turns, faces up, back out to Jones. Now on top to Yancey, left side to Caleb Jones. Jones looks inside, nothing there. Back out top to K. Jones. Jones looks at the curling KT, now goes right side to Yancey Edlin. Edlin looks inside, nothing there. And gets it up to Caleb Jones. Jones looks back inside to Jacob Cherry. Cherry spins, nothing there. Back to KT. KT now, here's K. Jones out top of the key. He'll drive middle, pull up for a 15-footer, no good. Rebounded by Caleb Jones. Back up off the glass, no good, and rebounded by Oakley. He gets it off to Kellums. Kellums spins, and we're going to get a foul on Caden Temple, I believe, Mikey.
Yeah. You know, North Harrison come out great pressure here to start the game and, you know, kind of give us a little bit of trouble in that first possession.
As number 11, Garrett Hine, the lone other senior, will check into the game. Comes into Wetzel for a three, and he buries it. So 5-0 here early on. North Harrison on top. Now the Musketeers looking for an answer. KT on top with the basketball. He directs K. Jones through. Caleb curls back to Jones on the wing. Jones looking inside, nothing there. Drives middle, kicks to the left side. Now to KT. KT back to K. Jones on the wing. Now we look inside to Jacob Cherry. Cherry turnaround jumper and got it. 5-2. 5:45 to go in the first quarter. Here Snyder walking across. Oakley on the right wing, thought about a three, nothing there. Now back out top to Kellums. Left side to Snyder. Back to Kellums. Kellums drives the middle, back out now. They're pretty patient, aren't they, Mikey?
Yeah, both teams have been.
Here's Snyder, shot fake. Nothing there, pulls up for a 15-footer, no good. Jacob Cherry with a rebound. He'll get it off to Caleb. Now back to KT. Still 5-2 ball game, North Harrison on top. Temple gets a screen from Cherry, and we're going to get a carry call from Caden Temple. We don't see that very often.
No.
A turnover, Musketeers back to the North Harrison Cougars. 5:05 to go here in the first quarter. 5-2 still the score. North Harrison on top of the Musketeers. Snyder now out top. Right side to Oakley. Oakley eyes a three, nothing there. Back out top to Wetzel. Now left side to Snyder. Out top to Kellums. Kellums back out again. Now he'll go to work down the middle of the lane. Goes up the shot. Blocked away by Jacob Cherry. Kate Jones comes up with it. Jones. The Yancey Edlin, left side to Temple. Baseline note, inside to Jacob Cherry. Back to Caleb Jones. Picked up by Yancey Edlin. Now we'll look back inside to Yancey. Yancey spin move. Off glass. No good. Jacob Cherry gathers it in and puts it up. That's a good job by Jacob. He didn't climb on him. He just went straight up, grabbed it.
Yeah.
5-4 now. Snyder out top. We're down to 4 minutes in the first quarter. Here's Wetzel. Wetzel gets bumped. Jacob Cherry rips it out of there, and I believe it's off North Harrison, and it is back over to the Musketeers. Now McIntyre's going to check in for the first time and replace Snyder.
Both teams have been very patient.
Yeah. Now the Musketeers with a chance to take the first lead, their first lead of the game. Right side to Jones. Back out top to Caden Temple. Now Caleb. Left side to Yancey. Yancey cross court to Kate Jones. I believe we're going to get a call on McIntyre here with a foul. Can't see it, Mikey, because they're all the way underneath us here. Coach LaFay didn't like the call. And there wasn't nobody even around down there. I don't know what was going on, but here's the ball underneath the basket. KT to trigger it in. He gets it into Caleb Jones. Now goes to K. Jones at the high post. Back to Caleb. Caleb now top the key off to Yancey Edlin. Yancey. Cross court to Cade. Cade will let a long three go. Got it! 7-5. Musketeers on top now with 3:20 to go in the first. Here's Fessel. Back out top to Kellums. Kellums now very patient. Looks to work the middle now. He'll back out again. Now McIntyre. Fessel will line a three up. No good. Rebounded out of there by Cade Jones. Jones up ahead to Yancey Edlin. Edlin spin. Back to Cade. Cade will shot fake. Pull up, and he's going to be fouled again. That'll be McIntyre's second one. A second foul on McIntyre, and he's not been in the ballgame a minute, Mikey.
No, you know, you could tell how anxious he was to get in here, and you know they're giving Cade free throws off that. I thought he was passing, to be honest with you, Wes, but
we'll take it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So Cade at the line to shoot two here. His first free throw's on the way and good. As Snyder will check back in and replace McIntyre. So I don't think we'll see him the rest of this first. Well, it'd have to get bad, Mikey, I believe, to see him again.
Yeah.
Second one by Jones is good. It makes it 9-5. Musketeers on top. 2:49 to go here in the first.
It's been a great response after the 5-0 started by the Cougars for us to come back with 9 straight now. We got to continue to do what we've been doing.
Here's Kellums. Kellums on the left wing. He'll drive baseline, spin, back up top to Hines. Hines going to get called for a travel. North Harrison a little bit shaken up here right now, Mikey. I mean,
the ball's got to go inside. They're small right now.
Yep.
Jacob's got to get a touch right now.
Yeah, we got a kid that's guarding him. He can't hold him. Caden Temple. Caleb inside to Jacob. Cross court to Cade Jones for a three. Got it again. That's good inside outside there, Mikey Bad.
Yeah.
12-5 Musketeers.
Great skip pass by Jacob right there.
Absolutely. Now right side to Fessel. Kellums. Now Snyder on the left wing. Try to go. Bounces off of Snyder. Snyder gathers it back up. Drives down the middle. It's going to be on the floor, and we're going to get a foul on the Musketeers. Snyder driving to the basket.
Beyond Cade
Jones. It'll be his first, team second, as Oakley will check back in and replace Hine. Cougar basketball underneath their own basket. Snyder gets it into Fessel. Or Wetzel, excuse me. Back to Snyder on the right wing. Get past to Kellums. Kellums back out to Fessel. Now to Wetzel out top. Down to minute 40 to go here in the first. 12-5 ball game. Musketeers on top. There's Fessel. Snyder at the high post inside to Oakley. Oakley will go to work now. Blocked away by Jacob Cherry. Oh, stays with the Cougars here. Snyder to trigger it in. Comes into Oakley again. He'll go to work on Jacob. Off the glass and got it.
Nice move there by Oakley.
Got him off his feet. 12-7. Down to minute 15. Temple. Back cut by Jones. Jones has it on the baseline. He'll drive the middle. And he's going to draw a foul on Snyder on the reach here. Out of bounds, Musketeer. 1:04 to go here in the first. Now they're going to say it's on the baseline now. KT will trigger it in here for the Musketeers. Jones for another three. He buries it again. You get him going, Mikey. It could be a long night.
Been impressive start for him right now. Him and Cherry really showed up tonight. Defensively, we're playing great as a team, helping each other out.
Here's Snyder on the left wing, back out top to Kellums. 40 seconds left. Snyder looking, step through, pump fake, off the glass, no good. Cade Jones with the rebound, down to 33 seconds.
Got to take the final one here, and then it'll be our ball to start the second quarter.
Absolutely. Yancey Edlin holding on to it out by half court here. We're down to 22 seconds. Now to Cade Temple out top, down to 13. Temple goes to Yancey. Yancey drives down the middle of the lane, straight into the basket, off the glass, no good. Rebound by North Harrison, 2 seconds. One, pull up from three, off the glass, no good. Well, that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. Score, the Musketeers on top of the North Harrison Cougars, 15-7. We'll step away here, word from our sponsors. We'll be back to you. You're listening to Musketeer Basketball on WSLM out of Salem, Indiana.
It's so good to have high school sports fans back in the stands this year, isn't it? I couldn't agree more. We've missed their cheers, their energy, their spirit, and their support. When you buy a ticket to high school athletic events, you're not only supporting your school's athletic department, you're also supporting your school's second classroom. That's because the court, the gym, and the pool are where student-athletes learn valuable life lessons that will guide them the rest of their lives. From teamwork and time management to responsibility and respect, I'm Brian Lewis, a proud Jasper Wildcat. And I'm Robert Falcon, a South Bend LaSalle Lion. We're both assistant commissioners of the Indiana High School Athletic Association. We're also both educators, so we know firsthand that high school sports aren't just about winning and losing. They're about learning and growing, too. So, buy a ticket to your high school's athletic events and support the education of teams in your community. This is supporting you.
All right, welcome back to North Harrison High School here. 15-7, Musketeers on top of the Cougars here to start the second quarter. It'll be Eastern basketball as Yancey Edlin triggers it into Caden Temple. Temple now looks at Cade Jones, nothing there. Now we go to the high post to Eli Guthrie, back to Temple. Guthrie checked in the ball game now. Temple baseline up underneath, off the glass, and got it. Just takes what he gives you.
Yeah.
Just takes what they give you.
And McIntyre's back on the floor with 2 fouls here, so you know how, Coach Lou's thinking right now.
Here's Kellums. Goes left to Wetzel. Now Snyder at the high post. He'll take the 15-footer. No good. Rebounded by Oakley. Oakley gathers it up. Back outside. Here's Wetzel for a long three. No good. And we're going to have a call here, and I believe it's going to be a foul on Caleb Jones away from the ball. It will be on Jones. That'll be his first, team's third. As McIntyre set the trigger in, gets it into Oakley. Back to Kellums. Kellums now, left side to Wetzel. Out top to Snyder. Snyder at the high post now. Ben goes off the glass, no good. Cade Jones gathers it up, gets it off to Caden Temple. Temple off and running. Left side to Yancey Edlin. Yancey now on the wing. And he'll dribble it back out top. Now he'll slide it right to Temple. Temple now go to work at the top of the key here. Down the middle, back now to Yancey. Yancey Edlin will let three go. Got it! 20-7, Musketeers on top. Here's Kellums. Kellums goes to work on the left side, lays it off the glass. No good, but he got fouled. That'll be Cade Temple second. That'll send Kellums to the line to shoot 2 with 6:11 to go here in the first half.
That's big for us right now, with him having 2 fouls. Do we roll the dice or, holding on to a 12-point lead now? Do you try to get by without him?
I don't think he's going to. I know what we're getting ready to see, though, down here on defense. Here's Kellum's second free throw. It is also good. That cuts the lead to 11. 20-9. Musketeers on top. 6:10 to go. Temple. We're getting close to 5 right here as he gets it off to Cade Jones. Now back to KT. KT being guarded by Oakley. In the middle, backs it off. Out to Cade. Cade off to Yancey. Left side to Caleb Jones. Caleb now. Back to KT. KT dribbling it out top. Gives it off to Cade. Cade shot fake. Goes down the middle of the lane. Ball stripped away, and I believe it's going to be out of bounds on North Harrison. They'll stay with the Musketeers with 5:29 to go here in the first half. Pretty good defensive possession there by North Harrison.
Yeah.
Over the top here now to Yancey. Now off to Cade. Cade to KT. KT spin move off to Yancey. Yancey will let 3 more go. It's short. Rebounded out there by McIntyre. McIntyre on the run now. Goes between his legs, splits the defenders, and we're going to draw a foul on Yancey Edlin. Well, that could have been his 3rd foul right there, Mikey. Foul's going to be on Yancey. That'll be his first, team's 5th now with 5:12 to go. Ball comes into Oakley. Now Kellums, right side to Moore. Moore, now Kellums. Kellums pulls, or McIntyre pulls up for a long 3 and it misses, and Eli Guthrie comes out with the rebound. Off to Temple. Temple back to Jones. Jones will let 3 more go. Got it again.
Difference in that shot to McIntyre's. McIntyre said, I haven't shot yet. I got to get one off. And Cade was in rhythm, come down, nice little kick back to him for a 3.
Here's Kellums. Left side. Off the glass. Got it. 23-11. 4.5 minutes to go. Up ahead to Cade. On the right side. He'll drive to the basket. Off the glass and got it again. Here's Kellums. Right side, Moore, shot fake from the right side, up, no good. Eli Guthrie with the rebound. He'll clear it off the Yancey Edlin. 4:15 to go here in the first half. 25-11. Musketeers on top. Now Eli on the left wing, out top to Caleb. Now to KT on the right wing, back out top to Cade Jones. Jones goes to Eli on the baseline. He'll pull up for a 15-footer, knocks it down. 27-11. Timeout, Coach LaFay. He's seen enough.
Don't be a full timeout, Wes.
Full timeout, 27-11 with 3:50 to go. Mikey, we'll keep it here for this one. I know you've been busy over there with stats, but talk to me a little bit about what you're seeing.
Well, I just see a lot of passion being played by our boys right now, and the determination to come in here. And, this ain't just about showing North Harrison that we're back and we deserve to be here. This is about showing everybody in the conference that, hey, we're going to contend for this title. We're on the verge of opening this thing up, and, we got to continue to do what we do. And we've done that tonight so far, the first quarter and a half.
I agree 100% with you. And, you couldn't ask for much more than what these kids, they're knocking down shots. Can we do this for the entirety of the game? Cade's come out. I don't know if he's missed a shot yet, other than maybe a layup, but Eli knocking that jumper down and Yancey knocking the 3 down. Everybody's contributing, and that's what we talked about week in, week out, way these boys have bought in to this, that just to play their role, and they're starting to get it.
Yeah, and it's the thing about it is, now you're coming in off the bench, you're bringing in Branson, and we can't have a letdown when these guys come down. The intensity's got to stay there. So we'll see what North Harrison responds with, and what they do. If they try to get McIntyre going, if he's been only on the floor for a couple of minutes throughout with the fouls and everything.
And I think you were exactly right on that shot. McIntyre's taking one shot. He was going to get a shot up, there. Yeah. And he it was about a 24, 25-footer. Now here's Hines. Check back in the game. Kellens from the left side again. He'll lay it off the glass and got it. We got to cut that out. He wants to go left every time. 27-13 now.
Yancey's normally better than that. You know, he just got caught up on the high side there and got beat.
Down to 3:15 to go here in the first half. High post dumps it down to Branson White off the glass and got it. It's a clinic right now down here on the offensive end, Mike.
Yeah, after a slow start, we got things rolling. We kind of figured out their defense.
Kellens?
I like this switch to Kellens being guarded by Branson. He's long, lengthy, athletic. Now they're going to bail McIntyre out, in my opinion.
Yeah. Good job. Pretty good defense by Caleb Jones, I thought there. And well, to send McIntyre to the line to shoot two here, 29-13 with 2:53 to go in the first half. Musketeers on top by 16. McIntyre looking to cut into this lead here. As he eyes the first free throw, it's on the way and it's good.
You know, the bad part about even him having two fouls now is he's seen one go through in McIntyre. You know, it might get him going a little bit. And
there's McIntyre. The second free throw, it is up and also good. 29-15 now. Yancey brings it across the timeline, right side to Caleb Jones, out top to Cade. Cade, left side to Yancey, now baseline to Branson White. White back to Yancey. Yancey looking inside for Jacob. Left side. Now here's Branson on the baseline. Branson goes back out top to Yancey Edlin. Now right side to Cade Jones. Jones looking inside, skips it across to Yancey. Yancey, cross court to Caleb. Caleb here on the baseline. I think he stepped on the sideline. The turnover Musketeers. Back to the Cougars.
well, this last 2 minutes is crucial for us here. We can't allow them to get back in this.
Yep. There's Snyder. Looking for McIntyre. Back cut. Chop fake. Goes up with it. No good. And he'll go back to the line to shoot two again. So he's starting to get involved here a little bit more, Mikey.
Yeah.
That's Jacob fouls on Jacob Cherry. That's his first. Team seventh now. McIntyre eyes a free throw. It's on the way, and it's good. You get one more. Try to cut this down to a 12-point lead with 2 minutes, 2:10 to go in the first half, and it's missed and gathered in by Jacob Cherry and stolen away by Kellums. Back to Snyder. We got to do a better job of communicating down there.
Yeah.
Under two now. Kellums being guarded by Branson White. Kellums right side to Snyder. Now McIntyre curling. Back out top to Fessel. To Kellums. Now McIntyre will force a three up, and he got it. That's a tough shot right there, Mikey.
Yeah, it really was.
29-19 with a minute and a half to go here in the first half. Musketeers need a response right here. I've been calling that the whole game. They're holding him down here, Jacob. And that foul is going to be on Fessel. That'll be Fessel's first as Oakley checks back in, and he'll replace. Yancey to trigger it in for the Musketeers. He'll get it into Jacob. Jacob dribble it back out top. Gets it off the Yancey Edwin down to minute 20. Goes inside to Jacob Cherry. Cherry spins back to Yancey. Goes back to Cherry. Cherry faces up now, spins back to the basket, goes to work. Is going to be fouled by Oakley, I believe, and that'll send Jacob Cherry to the line to shoot two. They called that one on Snyder. That'll be his second. Team's fourth, and Jacob Cherry at the line to shoot two with a minute and 8 to go in the first half. Jacob eyes the first free throw. It's up and no good. Jacob will have one more coming to him here. Second one is up and no good also. Rebounded out there by McIntyre. He'll get it off the Kellums. Cougars with a chance to cut into this to single-digit lead. Kellums down the middle, right side, looking, step through, off the glass, no good. Read behind, off the glass, got it. 29-21. North Harrison on about a 6-0 run here now, Mikey.
Yeah.
8-point lead by the Musketeers. Caleb to Cade, down to 30. I'd say we'll probably play. Coach Preble wants a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. But we'll step away here, word from our sponsors. Be right back to you. You're listening to Musketeer Basketball on WSLM out of Salem, Indiana.
Yo, listen up. Papa John's is rolling out their New York-style pizza. The oversized pizza has 8 big foldable slices with just the right balance of crust and toppings. Order one today online, your Papa John's app, or call the Salem location at 812-883-3369. Each New York pizza is $13 for a one-topping pie and is available for purchase until March 13th. The New York-style pizza is a classic that reigns supreme, so we're excited to offer consumers this foldable crust favorite made with our fresh, never frozen dough. Stop in and see our new store manager, Shelby Lehman, today about setting up a fundraiser for your nonprofit event. Also, they're still hiring drivers and
Welcome back to North Harrison High School. 27 seconds left in the first half. Musketeer basketball, 29-21. Caden Temple checks back into the game to Jacob Cherry. Now Cade Jones. Jones, ball stolen away by Snyder. Snyder on the move now. Here's North Harrison. Step through, off the glass, got it. 29-23. Ball comes in. Ball stolen away. Turnover Musketeers with 4 seconds to go. 6-point lead, 29-23. As Branson White will check back in for the Musketeers and replace Caden Temple. Here's Moore is going to check in now for Heim. Looking for McIntyre. McIntyre step through. Up. No good. Rebound fought for. Caleb Jones long heave at the buzzer. No good. So that'll bring us to the end of the first half. The score, Musketeers 29. The Cougars 23. We'll step away. Hear another word from our sponsors. Commissioner's Corner. Be back with you for first half stats and comments from Mikey. You're listening to Eastern Musketeer Basketball on WSLM out of Salem, Indiana.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. And Commissioner, happy holidays to you, your family, your staff, and everybody with the IHSAA. We are back to wrestling and bouncing balls and doing everything that we can because we're about a month away from some championships in winter sports, are we not?
We are. You know, right around the corner, we've got girls swimming, wrestling, and the girls basketball sectional series all start within the next month. So, I mean, as we've talked before, teams had Christmas break to get their teams tuned up and all their stuff in for the year, and they got to go. They got to get better, and they got to get ready for tournament time.
Yeah, you mentioned a girls fairing show will be here before we know it.
Yeah, we'll be. It'll be a couple weeks out, and we'll unveil those brackets, and everybody will be sitting there at their watch parties and just seeing what their tournament draw is going to look like. You know what? I love following the kids and the coaches and the teams across the state when it comes to our tournament pairing shows, just because it's excitement time. It's a time for gathering. You know, teams get together and watch you and your presentation, and absolutely, we watch it on social media, and it's been incredible to watch the popularity of those drawing shows.
I know you're very kind. One of the things that we talk a lot about, obviously, are our student athletes. That's why we're in business. But we also, you coached, I coached. We'll spend a little time talking about coaches. Holidays are just wrapped up. That's going to be one of the last times that coaches in basketball will have any significant time with their family until the tournament's over. And everybody thinks they know how to coach. That's part of being a Hoosier. That's part of your DNA. If you're a Hoosier, you understand basketball. But you and I both know how much it takes to do these things behind the scenes, and there's no way that coaches get the credit that they so richly deserve.
No, they don't. And, I would tell you today that I sit in the seat that I sit in and get to do what I do because of a coach who took time in my life to mentor me, to challenge me, to teach me that I could be something that I didn't think I could be, found a little more of my game than I thought I could have. And, those memories and those things that coaches do for kids are just phenomenal. And they do it selfless. They're not in it for themselves. They're first of all, in most cases, they're teachers first. They're worried about the classroom, the first degree kids are going to get in their life, that high school education. And, I'm so thankful to do this in Indiana because we've got incredible coaches that care nothing more than about developing kids.
You make a great point in the sense that I often ask people to tell me who, besides their parents, was the most influential person in their lives and in their careers. And the overwhelming response is it was a teacher or a coach. And
no,
that's not by accident, for heaven's sakes.
No, it's not. And, I've always, you probably know this gentleman, but there's a guy out there in my life named Herb McPherson who coached me for 2 years. And Coach came to North Posey High School when I was a kid and helped me grow so much. And I'll be forever indebted to what he did. And, every time I see him, I thank him for what he's done for me as a human being. And there's certain people that you walk this life that you look at them and it doesn't matter how long you've been away from them, but you still address them as coach. And I think that's such a term of endearment and what people mean to them.
It's an exciting time. I used to think as a college coach, the month of January was the longest month of my life, but I think in the high school realm, it's an exciting month because you have tournaments, you're getting ready for tournaments, you need to get your game better, you need to improve individually and collectively as you head into the greatest time of the year, which would be tournament time for those of us in the basketball world.
It is, and it's so exciting. And you're exactly right, Coach. Preparation is here. It's time, and teams are going to suit them up, and they're going to play. And there's so much on the line when they play those tournament games. If you play well, you move, you get to play the next day. But if you don't play particularly well that night, so the season's over, and you celebrate the successes of that season. And it's a time of a lot of joy. But there's also heartache involved because, there's that special thing called high school basketball or high school athletics that just means so much to kids.
Thanks for listening to the Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
Yo, listen up.
All right, welcome back to North Harrison High School here at halftime. Musketeers on top of North Harrison Cougars, 29-23. Mikey, good start by the Musketeers here to start this first half. And a little bit of a lag there in the second quarter. Halfway through that fourth quarter, we had KT sitting on the bench. They went on a nice little run there to close that second quarter out to tighten this thing back up. We were up, I believe, by 14 there at one time, and they cut this thing to 6. So, what do we have to? I know we did a lot of good things good, but what's the one thing that we were missing there in other than Kate being on the floor? What were we missing there in that second quarter when they got that comeback?
Well, I thought it started with the defensive end, and we allowed them to start getting to the rim. And I think it started when McIntyre came back into the game and he got that foul down there and seen the ball go through the rim, and then Kellums got going to the rim and got 2 or 3 buckets, and they kind of started getting a little comfortable where they were rattled because of our defense and them not being able to score. And then when you struggle offensively, your defense is not near as good. And it was a flip-flop because our defense was really good and we went on a 20-2 run. So, because we were scoring, we're pumped, our defense is better. But once they kind of got going, then their defense got better, and we struggled with things. And went away from Cade a little bit, who was hot, and they're going to focus on him more and try to take him away. But, I think it starts with guard play of penetration for us, and not allowing them to penetrate.
Yeah, and the one thing this team is going to do, this North Harrison team in the second half, they're going to crank the defense up here in the second half. They're going to continue to be physical with Jacob. They already got one foul call on him down here holding him. I was watching North Harrison guard him, and they basically got their arms backed up against their arms behind their back, holding on to him. And Jacob's just going to have to play through that. We've seen that a lot this year so far with them being physical with not only him but the whole team. Last Saturday over at Austin was a key example of that.
Yeah, and I think it comes down to you're going to have to find that third score. You look at things for us, and Branson White come in off the bench with 2 with a little back cut, but KT or I think Yancey's going to have to step up and become more of an offensive threat. When we was on that run, Cade was really shooting the ball well, and when he shoots it well and we get going, then Eli hits one and everything else. But we're going to have to find somebody else, because their focus, you could tell, is on Cherry from the get-go, and now they're going to focus on Cade. So somebody's going to have to step in there.
Yeah, I agree. KT 1 for 1 from the field. Yancey 1 of 4 from the field. But you've highlighted some stats there. You want to talk about the first half stats and kind of run those off to everybody?
Well, even in his limited minutes of McIntyre, he's got 6 points tied for leading scorer, and he is going to try to take this game over in the second half, and we've got to be ready for that. We got to understand that and play within ourselves. I could see us going to, kind of what we did against Silver Creek last week with that, looked like 2-3 zone, but it was more of a diamond in one. But he's such a good shooter, it's hard to really do that. But, for them, they had 1 turnover. We had 5, and, 2 or 3 late that was, crucial in their run and kind of kept them going. But Caleb Jones leading the way with 16 for us, and, I think we got to get, like I said, the third quarter, and we got to get Jacob going. 4 points, he's 2 for 2 from the field. We got to get him rolling a little bit. I can't believe he missed 2 free throws, as good a free throw shooter as he is. But it's been a game of runs, 22 run for us and a 12-2 run for them, and we've got to come out here in the third quarter. It'll be their ball, and we've got to be ready to go and get a stop right here and, dig down and get back to how we were playing early on.
Well, that pretty much sums it up, Mikey, for that first half. And the Musketeers will go back with their starters with Edlin, Cherry, Temple, Cade Jones, and Caleb Jones. For the Cougars, they'll go with Snyder, Kellums, Fessel, Oakley, and McIntyre will start the second half. Excuse me, it's Wessel instead of Fessel in the game. Here's Kellums out top with it. Start this third quarter. Left side to Snyder. Now out top to McIntyre. McIntyre looking to go to work. Goes down the middle, pulls up for a 15-footer, knocks it down. 29-25. Good start by the Cougars here. Out top to Yancey Edlin. Edlin over the top to Jacob Cherry off the glass and got it. Good pass there by Yancey.
Yeah, it really was.
Really good pass. 31-25. Here's Oakley on the right baseline. He'll drive center on Jacob off the glass and got it. 31-27. There's Temple. Backs it back out now on the right wing. Looking inside. Slides it left to Cade Jones. Jones being guarded by Snyder. Jones right side to Temple now. Temple looking.
You talked about it, the physicality they're using on Cherry down there, and they're not calling it.
Here's Yancey on the right wing. Goes to Caleb. Caleb going to drive baseline. Ball stripped away. Now Temple, he'll let 3 go. No good. Rebounded out of there, and Snyder will come up with it. Off now to Wetzel. Wetzel step through. Little runner, no good. Jacob Cherry with the rebound. Off to Caden Temple. 6:26 to go in the third quarter. 31-27. Musketeers on top. Temple now out top. Goes to Jacob. Ball almost stolen away. There's Caleb Jones, gathers it back up. Now gives it off to Caden Temple. Temple now inside to Jacob. Jacob 15-footer. No good. Rebounded out there by McIntyre. He'll get it off to Snyder. Snyder on the run now. Down the middle of the lane. Shot fake. Back out to Oakley. He'll let three go. No good. Rebounded by Cade Jones. Cade out top. Left side to Yancey. Yancey directed traffic through now. He'll go down the middle of the lane. Shot fake. Up. Off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Kellums. Kellums on the move now. Step through again. Up. Off the glass and got it. 31-29. Musketeer lead up down to 2 now. With 5.5 to go here in the third quarter. We need a basket, Mikey.
Yeah.
Cade to Temple. Temple on the right wing now. He'll drive in. Back to Yancey. Now Caleb Jones. Right side to Cade. Cade's going to drive in now. He'll have hands all over him. As Wetzel will be charged with a personal foul. 5:07. Now Fessel will check in for Oakley. Temple to trigger it in for the Musketeers. Underneath their own basket, he gets it into Edlin. Edlin, he'll dribble it back out top. It's Caden Temple. Down the middle of the lane, off the glass. Got it in one! Good job moving without the basketball by Caden Temple there.
That's on McIntyre, I believe.
That'll be his third. 4:55 here in the third left. Musketeers with a 4-point lead. The chance to push it out to 5 with a free throw coming here from Caden Temple. Hine set to check in for the Cougars, and Caden's free throw is good. Hine will check in. He'll replace McIntyre.
But right now is what you get when you got to do some damage. Oakley and McIntyre out.
34-29. We're under 5 in the third quarter. As Wetzel will walk it across the timeline, go left side to Kellums. Kellums will bring it back out top now to Hine. Hine back to Kellums. Kellums. Here's Fessel. Back out top to Wetzel. Now he'll hand it off to Snyder. Snyder now. Cade Jones guarding him out top. Goes right side to Kellums. Out top to Wetzel. Wetzel now is going to be fouled, I believe, by Yancey Edlin. I think it's Yancey's second. Team's first.
If they're going to call that, they've got to call it down there.
Absolutely.
Cherry getting held.
Ball comes into Kellums. He spins up off the glass and got it.
We got to do a better job on him. We're giving him a career night.
34-31. 4 minutes left here in the third. Right side. Inside to Jacob Cherry. Loses a handle. Turnover. Now Snyder with it for the Cougars. Steps through. Off the glass. Got it. 34-33. 1-point lead for the Musketeers. Yancey. Now Cade. Cade Jones drives baseline. Got to get your hands off of him. He'll bring it back out top. Looks inside. Now goes back outside to Caleb. Yancey. Now right side to KT. Temple now on the right wing. Back out top to Cade Jones. Jones looking to drive. Step back. Now to Temple. Temple. Left side to Caleb. Back out to Temple. Musketeers will reset again. Temple, down the middle of the lane, pulls up with an 8-footer, got it. That's what it's going to come down to right there, Mikey.
Yeah.
I mean, they're face guarding Cade so hard, and they're being physical with Jacob. Somebody, like you said, at halftime is going to have to step up and kind of pick the slack up. Right side to Weston now, out top to Kellums. Now we'll go Snyder on the left side. Back out top to Kellums. Kellums to Fessel. Back to Kellums. Snyder. Reset the offense. 2.5 left in the third. Snyder down the middle. Back out top to Fessel for a three. And then he rolls it in. Tie ball game, 36 all. With 2:18 to go. Temple down the middle. Look for a back cut on Cade Jones. Nothing there. He'll give it back to Yancey. Inside now to Jacob Cherry. Cherry turns. Shoots. No good, but he'll go to the line, and the foul will be on Fessel. So Jacob Cherry will go to the line to shoot two with 2:02 to go here in the third quarter. See if he can knock these two down, Mikey. The first one is on the way and no good. Oakley will check back in for Fessel. Cherry's second one is good. 37-36. Musketeers with a 1-point lead with 2 minutes to go in the third. As Kellums will walk it across. Left side now to Wetzel. High post to Oakley. Oakley. Back to Wetzel. Wetzel backing out, being guarded by Yancey. Left side now to Kellums. He'll look inside to Oakley. Oakley faces up. Turns. Baby Hook got it. North Harrison, 1-point lead. 38-37 now. Down to a minute and a half to go in the third. Left side to Yancey Edlin. Out top to Cade. Cade now. Step back. 15-footer knocks it down. Tough shot right there, Mikey.
Yes, it was.
Up ahead now to Oakley. Oakley. Reverse layup. He got it. 40-39. North Harrison back on top. Temple. Being guarded by Kellums. Right side now to Cade Jones. Jones pulls up for a three. Oh, in and out. North Harrison with a chance to stretch the lead out a little bit here. Up 40-39 with 43 seconds to go here in the third quarter. North Harrison probably going to be content with the last one here, Mikey. Kellums standing out by half court, just dribbling it. Down to 20. Now Kellums will go to work right side to Oakley now. Oakley looking down to 11. Out top to Snyder. Left side to Kellums. Down to 5. Out top to Wetzel. Wetzel turns. Back to Kellums. He'll let a three go at the buzzer. No good. That'll bring us to the end of the third quarter with a score. The North Harrison Cougars on top of the Eastern Musketeers, 40-39. We'll step away here, word from our sponsors. Be back with you to bring you fourth quarter action here from North Harrison. You're listening to Musketeer Basketball on WSLM out of Salem, Indiana.
John's is rolling out their New York-style pizza. The oversized pizza has 8 big foldable slices with just the right balance of crust and toppings. Order one today online, your Papa John's app, or call the Salem location at 812-883-3369. Each New York pizza is $13 for a one-topping pie and is available for purchase until March 13th. The New York-style pizza is a classic that reigns supreme, so we're excited to offer consumers this foldable crust favorite made with our fresh, never-frozen dough. Stop in and see our new store manager, Shelby Lehman, today about setting up a fundraiser for your nonprofit event. Also, they're still hiring drivers and inside help. Apply online at harry.com, the HARRI.com. Remember, hot, fresh pizza is just a phone call away, 812-883-3369.
All right, welcome back to North Harrison High School here. Start of the fourth quarter. North Harrison hold on to a 1-point lead over the Eastern Musketeers, 40-39. It'll be Musketeer basketball to start this fourth quarter. The ball comes into Yancey Edlin. Edlin, left side to Caden Temple. Caden looks for a back door on Kate Jones. No good. You got to lay that in, Mike.
Yeah, at this point in the
You got to lay it in. I get it. You're pumped up. You want to try to dunk one, but not right now. Here's Wessel to the glass. Off of it. Got it. And one. West pushes it out to a 3-point lead with 7:31 to go here in the fourth quarter, with a chance to go to 4 here as Wetzel's at the line with a free throw. Free throw is up and good. So 4-point lead by the Cougars here. Musketeer basketball. Temple walks across the timeline. Right side to Cade Jones. Jones is right baseline. He'll be fouled by Snyder. They've been laying on him all night. A foul on Snyder will be his third. Temple to trigger it in. He'll get it into Yancey Edlin. Now goes to Jones. Jones down the middle of the lane. Up with the left hand. Gets his own rebound. Steps back through. Off the glass. Blocked away by Oakley. And come out of there by Kellums. Up ahead to Snyder. Snyder. Shot fake off glass. Got it. A 6-point lead by the Cougars now. Temple, left side to Caleb, inside to Eli. Eli now faces up on Oakley, goes to work, goes off the glass and got it. Good move by Eli Guthrie right there.
Got to have a stop here.
4-point lead, Cougars, 45-41 with 6.5 to go. Wetzel drives it in, now back out, now go to Snyder. Snyder will get a ball screen by Oakley. Now to Kellums. Kellums spins, ball's blocked for, going to get a traveling call, I believe, on Kellums. McIntyre will check back in the ball game for the Cougars, and I'd say he's going the rest of the way, Mikey.
Yeah, unless he gets 5, he's in there the rest of the way.
6:09 to go in the contest. 4-point lead for the Cougars, Musketeer basketball, 45-41. Here's Temple to Eli. Looking for Jones. Jones, eyes a 3, lets it go, got it! I'll tell you what, he's got it dialed in tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, he better make up for the missed layup, though. Tried to dunk it and missed it.
45-44. Cougars. Now Oakley with a 3. No good. Rebounded by Cade Jones. Jones now on the run. Splits the defender, stolen away. We're going to get a foul, I believe. It was a very late call, I will say that. Foul's going to be on Hine. Be his first, team's 5th. As Fessel and Snyder are going to check back in for the Cougars. They'll replace Hine and Oakley. So Musketeer basketball underneath their own basket here with a chance to retake this lead here, down 45-44. It's Caden Temple set to trigger it in for the Musketeers. Over the top to Cade. Cade got it at the elbow. We'll back it back out. Now shoot a long 3. No good. And we're going to get a foul on the Yancey Edlin. That'll be Yancey's 3rd foul, team's 3rd.
Not the shot we really wanted right there. I know Cade's been shooting it well, but we can probably get a little better than that.
I agree with that. Right, here's the Cougars now. 5:20. Kellums Down the middle, crosses over, now backs it back out and gives it off to McIntyre. McIntyre at the top of the key, being guarded by Caleb Jones. McIntyre, still dribbling. Now right side to Kellums. Out top to Fessel. Now McIntyre again. As Jacob Cherry set to check back in next dead basket. There's McIntyre off the glass. Rebound and no good by Eli Guthrie. That's a big stop right there. Their possessions are going to get more and more patient as we go on if they got the lead. Ball stolen away. Up ahead. McIntyre comes up with it. Oh, I'm not sure he was out of bounds there, but they're going to call Yancey out of bounds, and it'll be North Harrison basketball. Jacob Cherry will replace Eli Guthrie for 4:24 to go in the ball game. Still 45-44, North Harrison on top. Ball comes into Wetzel for three, and he buries it. Four-point game now, 48-44. Temple now has it out top. He'll get a screen. Now left side to Yancey. Yancey to Temple. Temple now. We're going to get another foul on Fessel as he's been holding him all night long. All night.
That's the only way they can guard him.
Yeah. I mean, they got Fessel at 5'11". And he's giving up a foot. Realistically, the only way you can guard him is to hold him. Temple now. Triggered in. Gets it into Yancey. Yancey now. Off to Cade. Cade now. Get a screen from Cherry. Now he'll bring it back out top. He's being guarded by Fessel. Now left side to Yancey. Now goes inside to Jacob. Back to Yancey. Yancey will let three go. No good. Snyder on the move. Back to Fessel now out top. He'll hand it off to Snyder. Snyder being guarded by Caden Temple. He carried it. No call. Now we're going to get a foul on Caden. I believe that'll be Temple's third, correct? That will be Temple's third. Team's fourth. Be a full timeout. We'll step away here, word from our sponsors. You're listening to Musketeer Basketball on WSLM out of Salem, Indiana.
Commissioner Neidig, can I have a quick word? Of course, Governor. What can I do for you? Well, I just want to say thank you. For what, sir? For your service. Well, Governor, you're welcome. And you know that I'm incredibly passionate about what we do at the IHSAA. Oh, I do, and I share your passion. Without the IHSAA, we'd be without something incredibly important to our state's culture and to me. The boys and girls basketball state tournaments. Without Hoosier hysteria, Indiana just wouldn't be Indiana, would it? You're absolutely right, it wouldn't. And after all these years, I still can't seem to prepare myself for the excitement of the tournament. Governor, the only way you could prepare for Hoosier hysteria is just by getting your ticket. Oh, you know I'll be the first in line.
Nobody does basketball like Indiana. This is high school basketball. This is Indiana. This is your IHSAA.
Welcome back to North Harrison High School. 3:22 left in the contest. North Harrison on top of the Eastern Musketeers, 48-44. Be North Harrison basketball underneath their own basket here as Snyder set the trigger in for the Cougars. He's looking, gets it into Wetzel. Wetzel turns, back to Snyder now. Out top now to McIntyre. McIntyre now. Off to Kellums. Kellums. Off to Fessel. Cross court. We're going to get a timeout by Coach LaFay. It'll be a 30-second timeout, Mikey. We'll keep it here with 3:08 to go in the contest. Still a 4-point lead, 48-44.
Well, if you're going to trap, you're going to have to rotate quickly against this team because they're very athletic, get to the rim and can finish. And I can't say that I blame Coach Fribble for trying something. He said off the air a while ago, it's going to be long possessions, and it ain't going to be just, shooting 25-footers. It's going to be at the rim or free throws. So we're going to have to do something to see what happens here.
And we still got 2 fouls to give here, Mike.
Yeah.
I mean, before they're in the bonus. On the floor for the Musketeers is Temple, Cherry, Caleb Jones, Cade Jones, and Nancy Edlin. For the Cougars, it's McIntyre, Snyder, Oakley, Kellums, and Wetzel. North Harrison basketball underneath their own basket again here. McIntyre gets it into Oakley out top now to Kellums. Kellums now. Goes to McIntyre. Now Oakley on the left wing. Ball stripped away. Back out top to Kellums. Kellums now off to Wetzel. Back to Kellums. Kellums off to Oakley. Oakley blocked away. Oh, my goodness. He almost blocked that with his armpit, Mike.
Yeah.
They call a foul on him.
I mean, they're going to call that, but not call it down there on the other end. That's the frustrating part.
So Oakley at the line to shoot 2 here for the Cougars. The first one is up and good. Oakley will have one more coming to him, try to push this out to a 6-point lead for North Harrison. And he eyes the second one that's on the way, and good. 50-44. No empty possessions now, Mikey.
No.
Temple now. High post to Jacob Cherry. Ball fumbled away. Come up by Oakley. He goes off the glass. Got it again. 52-44 with 2.5 minutes. Jones now. Out top to Yancey. Back to Jones.
And, with 2:25 to go now, they're going to start calling the hold on Cherry down there.
That'll put Jacob at the line to shoot the 1-and-1 with the clock stopped at 2:26. Down 8, 52-44. Free throws up and good by Cherry. He'll have one more. Try to cut this back down to a 6-point lead. Jacob eyes the second one. It's on the way and good. 52-46 now. Ball comes into McIntyre. McIntyre now looking ahead, gets it up to Kellums. Kellums will back out. Gets it to Wetzel. Now Snyder. Back to Kellums. Off to McIntyre. To Wetzel. Snyder. Back to Kellums. Kellums. Snyder. Kellums. Going to get a foul. It'll just be the 16th foul on the Musketeers. With 1:56 to go. That foul will be on Yancey Edlin. It'll be his 4th, team 6. As Branson White will check in for Yancey. Ball comes into Kellums. Over the top to Oakley. Oakley. Down low to Kellums. And he dunks it. 54-46, 1:40 to go. To Jones. Jones now for a 3. No good. Rebounded out there by Oakley. Oakley will be fouled by Caleb Jones and will send Oakley to the line for a 1-and-1. So that's the 17th foul on the Musketeers. Then it'll be Caleb Jones' 3rd. We're down to 1:27, Mikey, down 8, and North Harrison at the free throw line. It's going to going to be awfully tough now with the way they handle the basketball down here.
Handle it, shoot free throws.
Oakley's first free throw is good. That's out to a 9-point lead. Oakley, one more coming to him here to push it to a 10-point lead. And it's good. 56-46 now. Cougars. Temple now. To Yancey. Yancey for three. No good. Rebounded inside to Jacob. Jacob off the glass and got it. Timeout, Coach Pribble. 30-second timeout. That cuts the lead to 8 with a minute 13 to go in the contest. So, yeah, Mikey, looking back at this thing, it's just, one thing I could say is it really haunted us here was, it kind of all started with the missed layup.
Yeah.
I know it was close at the time, but that's 2 points. That was a big momentum swing for them there, Should have taken the 2, and I believe Kate hit a 3 right after that, kind of maybe got 5 straight points, but that's kind of I hate to look at that play, but it just sticks in my mind as being one of the keys to the game here.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it as, if he scores it, I believe it would have put us up by 1. And, we kind of take over the momentum, takes them out of the game a little bit, their crowd, and our crowd gets back into it. But, it's been down here defensively. We've had a lot of defensive breakdowns. Even, I know we're trapping and everything else, but it started before then. Them being able to get to the rim and, just miscommunications.
Oh, yeah. North Harrison basketball into Kellen's back to Snyder. Snyder now going to be fouled by Branson White. And sent Snyder to the line to shoot. 1-and-1 here. They started 4 juniors tonight, Mikey.
Yeah.
Here's Snyder. He has the first free throw, and it's good.
And that's what good teams are doing, right? They're knocking down free throws, taking care of the basketball. That's why they're going to be a tough team to beat down the road.
Second one by Snyder is also good. It's back to a 10-point lead with a minute 10 to go as Hines checks back in. He'll replace Oakley. So Temple now. Back to Jones. Jones out top. He'll step back, let 3 go. No good. Rebounded behind. We're going to get a foul on Branson White. We'll send Hines to the line to shoot. Another 1-and-1 with 57.5 seconds to go. And I think another thing, Mikey, is you talked about a little bit, is we've kind of went away from Jacob again.
Yeah.
Missed free throw behind there, so rebounded out of there by Yancey Edlin. Now here's Jones. Jones, another 3, no good. Rebounded by Branson. Here's Yancey Edlin. Edlin fighting down the middle of the lane, spins off the glass, no good, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Oakley will check back in now for the Cougars. Yancey's free throw is up and good. And Oakley will replace Hines. Yancey with one more free throw coming to him. It's good. 58-50 now as Caleb Jones will check back in and replace Yancey Edlin. 40 seconds left in the contest. Snyder throws it long to McIntyre. McIntyre dumps it down to Oakley, off the glass and got it. 60-50, down to 30. Off to Jones. Jones, off the glass, got it. 8-point lead. Wetzel going to be fouled, I believe, by Cade Jones. And I believe that'll send Wetzel to the line to shoot two as they're in the double bonus now. We'll get a timeout, full timeout from North Harrison. We'll step away here, work from our sponsors. Be back at you. Listen to Musketeer Basketball on WSLM out of Salem, Indiana.
Hey, Carrie, you know how we like to say that high school sports are the purest form of amateur sports?
Pure spirit, pure sport. That's Indiana High School Athletics.
Well, I learned something the other day that further proves that.
I'm interested. Tell me more, Chris.
Well, we all know what amateur means, but do you know the root of its meaning? It means for the love of.
Wow, you're right. That really does reinforce the idea that high school sports are the purest form of sport.
And I'm IHSA Assistant Commissioner Chris Kaufman.
And I'm Assistant Commissioner Carrie Rosati.
If you want to watch sports in their purest form, get a ticket and go support your high school sports teams.
Everyone there, from the players and coaches to the fans and officials, they're there simply for the love of the game.
Pure spirit.
Pure sport.
This is pure spirit. This is pure sport. This is your IHSAA.
All right, welcome back to North Harrison High School here. 60-52 with 20.3 seconds to go. North Harrison on top with Wetzel at the line to shoot two for the Cougars. He eyes the first one. It's on the way and no good. He'll get one more. It's on the way and no good. 18 seconds left. Cade Jones now. He'll get a screen from Branson. He'll pull up for three more. No good. Rebounded out there by Oakley. Oakley. Austin. Wetzel. Cross court to McIntyre. McIntyre now will dribble it out, and that'll bring us to the end of the game as the Musketeers fall tonight to the North Harrison Cougars 60-52. As we'll step away and hear word from our sponsors, let Mikey get his stats together. We'll be back to you to get your post-game stats and comments here. But you're listening to Musketeer Basketball on WSLM out of Salem, Indiana.
Yo, listen up. Papa John's is rolling out their New York-style pizza. The oversized pizza has 8 big foldable slices with just the right balance of crust and toppings. Order one today online, your Papa John's app, or call the Salem location at 812-883-3369. Each New York pizza is $13 for a one-topping pie and is available for purchase until March 13th. The New York-style pizza is a classic that reigns supreme, so we're excited to offer consumers this foldable crust favorite made with our fresh, never-frozen dough. Stop in and see our new store manager, Shelby Lehman, today about setting up a fundraiser for your nonprofit event. Also, they're still hiring drivers and inside help. Apply online at harry.com, HARRI.com. Remember, hot, fresh pizza is just a phone call away, 812-883-3369.
All right, welcome back to North Harrison High School here, where post-game as the Musketeers fall to the North Harrison Cougars tonight in this Mid-Southern Conference matchup, 60-52. Mikey, I think we're past the letting them know that we're here and we're looking for wins. But I know Coach LaFay had his team come out, played hard that second half there, and really put the clamps on us. Kind of stifled us a little bit. Kind of one of the first times I've seen us be a little bit off balance in our offensive sets and what we're trying to do. And kudos to North Harrison. They got a nice ball team there, and what he's doing down here. We know Coach LaFay and what kind of coach he is from the past with Providence and what he did up at Tipton, and then he's back down here in Southern Indiana coaching. And he does a really nice job. You know his teams are going to play hard, get down in the stands and guard you every night. And that's what they did basically in the second half. I thought was just come out, played hard-nosed defense, and just got after it and just basically beat us here in the second half. Outscored us. I can't remember what you said, 37-23 or whatever in the second half. But looking back, I know Coach Pribble's going to be disappointed in this game here. I think it's one that he probably thinks got away from him that we should have had. But what's your thoughts on the game, buddy?
Well, I think they came out with, after we got up, I believe it was 27-11 or something like that. They called a timeout, and they come out with a different attitude. And defensively, they got after it. KT picking up his second, I think, was crucial in the first half, allowing them to get back in the game. And you were rolling, and all of a sudden it just kind of went away. And that's the things we got to learn to grow from this and take from this is continue to do what was working for you. Even though you hit adversity or whatever, you've got to continue to stay with the plan and go from there. And then in the second half, I just thought they kind of just said, you can't guard us, we're going to the rim. And, they proved that was the fact there. And, we didn't get the ball. I thought that Jacob as much. I think he got fatigued as, they were just wearing on him very hard. I could see his shot, being short. He struggled at the line till late. And I thought Cade kind of, instead of in the first half when he was shooting in rhythm, I thought he kind of started forcing in the second half. And, Yancey didn't have a very good offensive game as normal. But the biggest thing I think you're going to learn this weekend is can we bounce back and how we bounce back going into tomorrow night.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mikey. But one thing looking at this, and you touched on it at halftime, is finding that third score, and we didn't find it too much tonight. We had 23 out of Cade and 11 out of Jacob here. And the high score from there was Cade Temple with 7. So that's something I know Coach is probably going to look back at, and we against teams like this, I know he's going to be searching for that third score. And as we got Coach Fribble with us here on the mic right now, so we'll get him on here with us and get some comments from him. Coach, thanks for stopping by and chatting with us a little bit. I know that's a tough one there, probably one that you feel you let get away, or your team let get away. It's a team effort here. Talk a little bit about the difference in the first and second half there, and what do you think?
Well, I mean, if you just look here, you see we got beat 3 out of 4 quarters. I mean, you can't win a game that way. Also, in the first half, it looked like we were playing phenomenal, but also Cade was 4 for 4 from 3. I mean, that's one thing that we addressed was a lot of times when you go into the half and you're up or down or whatever, it's easy to say, well, we were down because we didn't make shots. Well, we were up because we made everything. I just got done telling our guys, I'm very proud of their fight. I thought we fought hard. I was disappointed in some of our mental mistakes. Like the way that we attacked some of the switches in the second half was not as well done. It's not what we talked about at halftime. We didn't adjust very well. We scored a lot early in the first half off of setting a ball screen. They'd switch, and then we would get downhill and find a shooter, or we would just be able to finish with KT or whoever. But then in the second half, they did a better job of preventing KT from getting to the lane, so we needed to get the ball moving to the other guys quicker, so their defense would rotate and we could find Jacob. And we struggled to do that. But again, proud of their fight. I thought the rebounds were going to be a major discrepancy for us, but we won by 3 in that. So I'm very proud of the fact that we matched their toughness, because that's what I was worried about coming into tonight.
That's one of the things that I had highlighted here was that we did out-rebound them. The other thing was they made more free throws than what we attempted, which that's
abnormal for our team as well. Yeah. We've made way more than our opponents have attempted. But yeah, tonight it was a little different.
We'll talk about there now. There's a couple of things that stick out in my mind that was kind of a game changer in my opinion. We knew that they would make a run at us. Their defense, he would go to something to get us out of rhythm. But, the KT picking up the second foul, after the timeout. And, I just kind of thought we let them get downhill quite a bit there after that.
It was a combination of us having bad offensive possessions and then also not transitioning to defense very well. So they just get way too deep. But also, some of that was McIntyre is back in the game whenever KT is out. So KT is a good defender for us that's always in the gap and right where he's supposed to be. And now he's off the floor, and they bring in their best, athlete and scorer and guy who can get downhill. So it was just a bad combination.
Talk about, how they were just so physical with Jacob. How does he, moving forward, learn to play around that and, adjust to that where he can still be effective?
Well,
and we won't talk about the officiating.
He's going to see that maybe one more time, and that's Brownstown. He won't see that very frequently where guys of that stature, those dudes are, thick guards that are able to really sit down into his legs. And sometimes referees are going to call that, and then like tonight, they weren't calling that. And really, that's displacement where they're pushing him almost out of bounds every possession. But that's something he does have to fight through. That's why we try to get him up in a ball screen so there's a switch and he's coming back downhill to the rim so he's able to run freely at the basket. But that's not as effective if we don't get the ball out of the point guard's hand and get it moving first. So as soon as we come off that ball screen, once you get to the ball screen and they switch, you've got to throw it to the next guy so he can throw it in there because it's a better angle. And we're not, we didn't do that the way we should have.
A couple things, and then I'll let Wes finish up with you. How much do you feel like the missed layup out of the timeout by Cade was kind of a turning point in the game?
It swung the momentum. It did. I'm not going to really say a whole lot more on that. He understands the mistake that he made, but also we got beat in 3 quarters. We didn't get beat by 2, right? But it was a momentum swing at that point in the game because it was, missed 2 points by us and 1 by them. So there's a 5 point.
Yeah, we would have went up by 1, I believe, and then they ended up,
And North Harrison's a team that plays really well with the lead because they get it out here, and you better be able to guard every one of their guys one-on-one because they're going to just hold it until you do.
And they knock free throws down.
They're very well coached. Coach does a really good job with that group.
That's the thing I told Mikey, late in the game when they got the lead there. They're going to make it really tough on us with 3.5 minutes to go because they're going to get nothing but layups and free throws here because watching them against Scottsburg and what they did, they just stand out there and they do such a good job. They're strong with the basketball and their guards they got good guards.
Yes.
The second thing, and, how do we respond coming back, to a big game tomorrow night with a sectional opponent? Granted it'll be at home, which is a good thing, but, how does this group really respond in less than 24 hours?
Well, we're gonna come back tomorrow morning. We're gonna look at everything good and bad about what took place today, and then we're gonna have a plan just like tonight. The plan we had worked. You see what happened in the first half. We were prepared for what they did. Then we just, made some mental mistakes after that. But, we're going to have a plan for Paoli. We're going to be prepared for what they do. And we're going to show up. We're going to compete again. Our guys handle winning really well by responding with getting after it again. So I can't imagine the hunger that they're going to have after something like this takes place where I know it was way early, but you could tell our guys thought that they had won the game in the first half. So to let that slip away, we're going to come back. I know this group's going to be very hungry.
And, the 2 stats that really stuck out to me is they put four guys in double digits. That's a pretty balanced attack right there. And to have 2 turnovers for the game by them and 8 for us, ultimately, I think you would take 8 turnovers for a game. And, not often you lose a game with 8 turnovers.
No. And really, we won the rebounding battle, but we just got, in 8 turnovers. That sounds like a good combination. But with the way that their team is, we're not going to force any more than 2 turnovers unless unless it's unforced. So that's just part of the way that their team is and the part of the way we have to guard them because of how much focus we have to put on McIntyre. We were worried about Oakley because although we really doing everything we could to guard McIntyre, and Oakley ends up with 18. That was kind of a worry we had. Now I think a lot of that was in the second half.
And he shot a lot of free throws down the stretch too there to kind of add to that.
Yeah, he was a good player.
Well, that's all I got, Wes.
I don't have anything else, Coach. All I can say is that, proud of this team, proud of the fight. Look forward to seeing you guys come back tomorrow night and compete with a Paoli Rams sectional opponent, like Mikey said. Hopefully bring a good crowd there at home. Brought a good crowd here tonight, out to on this road game here. But look forward to talking to you after the game tomorrow, and we appreciate you stopping by, and we wish you the best of luck tomorrow night.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Thank you, Coach. That's Coach Pribble, head coach of the Eastern Musketeers. We appreciate him stopping by and chatting with us this evening. And we know, Mikey, he's going to have them ready to go, probably 9:30 in the morning. They're going to be back at it and back to the drawing board and get prepared for tomorrow night.
Yeah, and you could hear the disappointment in his voice. And, him walking off, he feels like this is a game we should have won. And he's right. We should have. And it's something that a team that's not used to winning, they got to learn to finish. And this team hasn't, been in a lot of close ball games. On that 10-game winning streak, they wasn't in a lot of close ball games there where they had to execute. And, here coming into a team that is very good, we didn't execute the second half. And, we've got to learn from that. And I agree with Coach. I think they're very hungry. Moral victory or not, we showed up that we're not going to lay over anybody. We can compete with anybody on our schedule. But hopefully this is a learning experience for our guys where come beginning of March, we can take that in and, where it doesn't happen again and we can, advance.
Yeah, absolutely. To your point there, this was probably the biggest game that this boys program's played in 10+ years. As far as coming in 11-1, as competitive as we are, so it's about just closing games out here and being able to finish. And the guys are getting there. They're continuing to work. There's no quit in them. So, but we look forward to seeing, like you said, how they're going to respond tomorrow night with the Paoli Rams coming to town, because Dusty will have them boys, well prepared to play this game, and I look forward to having a competitive ball game there.
Yeah, and I'm excited. Even coming off a loss, I'm excited to get back in the gym tomorrow night and see what happens. You can't hang your head. You got 2 conference losses to 2 very good teams, and both being 3A schools. So you're undefeated against the 2A schools, and that right now is, you probably took yourself out of a shot to win conference, but I think you give yourself still an opportunity to finish in the top 3 or 4. And, then you look at the bigger picture in the postseason and trying to get a sectional title and possibly a regional title.
Yep. One thing I wanted to mention, Mikey, is I know you'll be back on the air tomorrow afternoon, probably approximately 1:30, as it's a 12 o'clock JV start there at home, as the Lady Musketeers will welcome the Lanesville Eagles, the Lady Eagles, to town there. Probably about a 1:30 start approximately for the varsity game. And then tomorrow night, 6 o'clock JV start for the boys, approximately 7:15, 7:20. Mikey and myself will be back on the air to bring you that action too. You got anything else, Mikey?
No, I do know. I don't know if she wanted to announce it or not, but Becky did say Salem will be out of school.
Yep.
They were out already Monday, but they will be out Tuesday and Wednesday, I believe she said, due to COVID. So, it's ramping up again, and, you've got to feel fortunate that, we were able to play tonight and we're not having to deal with that right now, as a lot of teams are, unfortunate and not being able to play.
Yep. Well said, Mikey. And if you don't have anything else, one more time from New Ramsey, Indiana over here in North Harrison tonight, the Musketeers fall to the North Harrison Cougars 60-52. That's about all we got. We'll get ready to send this back to the station. For Mikey and Wes, you've been listening to Musketeer basketball on WSLM. And one more note before we get off the air. West Washington just got a message. We'll be all out all next week. I guess going virtual also. So just wanted to make that announcement. Just got that to us. So West Washington out next week too. And I guess we'll be going virtual. But again, that'll do it for Mikey and Wes. And you've been listening to Musketeer Basketball on WSLM out of Salem, Indiana. And I say God bless and good night.